Hi Leos, Trishna here. Welcome to your August 2019 reading. Before we get into your reading, I just want to let you know that if you're interested in working with me one-on-one, I'm going to have a video that I'm going to post at the end of this week that will talk a little bit more about how to do that, how to work with me, how that process works, and all of that. So if you're interested in that, keep an eye out. So getting into your August 2019 reading, what I'm feeling for you is I feel like something really worked out for you in a really, really positive way. Maybe you really found that deep connection with somebody in your life or your partner in your life. Maybe you asked somebody out and they said yes. Maybe you've always wanted to move into a certain department at your company and finally you've gotten the approvals and now you're just in the paperwork stages, but it's going to happen for you. Like it's everything is set for you to move into that new department very soon and you're excited about it. Whatever it is, I feel like you're just absolutely giddy. You have all this happiness and excitement that you can barely contain it, and it feels wonderful and delightful. And I feel like, you're really looking at the situation and you're thinking, wow, like I really can have an amazing life and it can be easy. And wow, there really is magic in the world. And it's just this really nice, delightful, amazing, wonderful place. So I'm really happy about that. I am getting some like a kind of a word of caution, which is I think that sometimes when really good things happen for us, we can think, oh, it's too good to be true. And I just want to let you know that there really isn't such thing as too good to be true. There really isn't such thing as being hoodwinked into something. Every time we meet an obstacle in our life or some kind of disappointment, it's an opportunity for us to become more of ourselves. Once we overcome that disappointment and once we kind of close that gap of sadness or hurt or anger, it leaps us into new energetic potentials that we couldn't have had or experienced or had the opportunity of having into our lives before we overcame that gap. So that's why I want to say that there is no such thing as too good to be true. There is no such thing as getting hoodwinked because every time something like that does happen, it is an opportunity for you to get more. You just have to process through those feelings. Once you process through those feelings, you get more. So whatever you're going through, I don't feel like it's too good to be true, but for some reason I was getting to share that that's not really a thing anyways. So hopefully that helps you. And so what I'm feeling for you in August is I feel like it's going to be a really good month. I think that looking back on the month, like once August 2019 is over and you look back on it, you may think that it wasn't as exciting or it was kind of a slump. Or some of you may feel that as you go into August, but it's not. And so if you're one of those people that feels like, it's kind of a slump, you're feeling that because you've hit this level of excitement right now. And even though August is going to go really well for you, because it's not at the same level of excitement, it feels like it's not as good. It feels like a little bit of a slump, but it's not. And I think for most of you, you're not going to feel like it's a slump at all. You're going to feel like this is amazing. So let me explain this a little bit more. So you're in this really excited phase, and then in August, some of that excitement's going to die down because whatever you're really excited about is going to come into a new phase. So right now it's like that new, they said yes, or I'm moving into this new department I've always wanted to, and yes. So it's really exciting. Once August hits, it's when you start settling into that new life that you have. You start settling into dating this person, you start settling into having this really deep connection with this person, or you start settling into this new department and the work that's there. And settling in can seem less exciting for some of you, but for most of you, you'll realize that it's not. It's just a new phase of something absolutely wonderful, and everything that we get goes through phases, and every phase can be amazing and exciting. And what's really amazing and exciting about the August phase that you're going to be in is that it is something that is stable and secure. So you've finally gotten to move into this department and you get to stay there. You get to work on something that you've always wanted to work on. You get to use your talents and your skills and it matches with your interests and it's nice, it's stable. You can rely on it and you're going to excel. If you get to date this person, maybe you asked them out and they said yes, it's something that you can rely on. It's somebody that you can have fun with and talk to you about your problems and share your excitements with, and there's a stability there. If you have this deeper connection with somebody, we kind of talked about this in the July video, at the very beginning of the month. That is really, if that's your scenario, that is true stability. That is just absolutely wonderful. And I feel like this is really important for you because Stability, I feel like, really isn't something that you've been able to rely on in your life. Stability is something that you just haven't been able to count on. And so you've never really expected it. You kind of assume that, you'll never really be able to rely on anything, that security isn't there for you, stability isn't there for you. So you kind of gave up on it. And you gave up on it, but of course, deep down you want it. And now you get it. And that's what's so amazing about this new phase is you get something that you thought you would never have. And not only do you get it, but it's absolutely amazing. So I think some of you, like I was saying, will see this new phase as a bit of a slump, the stability, but I think most of you are really going to cherish it and appreciate it, and you're going to dive in deep and you're going to enjoy every moment of this new phase because it's just a phase of something that's already amazing. It's just a different version of the exact same thing that you've been experiencing and have been really excited about. So that's really positive. That's really good. I am starting to sense why I was called to tell you earlier in this video that there's no such thing as too good to be true. The reason why is because I think one of the challenges that you may have throughout the month is going to go great for you, but I think you're going to have a bit of a mental challenge where things on the surface, you're going to be very careful about things on the surface because they're not going to be accurate of what's actually going on. So the things that you see, if they're things that you think, aren't going to be very accurate, and so it's going to be really important for you to kind of ignore those thoughts for now. And normally, like, I like to encourage processing through your doubts and processing through your negative thoughts, but I feel like for you, for this month, you really need to kind of ignore them because everything will become clear later on, like maybe in September or maybe at the end of August. I feel like whatever confusion is happening or whatever doubts you have or whatever flaws you may see in this situation or in this person, very soon you will realize that you were mischaracterizing things, you were misjudging things, and you'll be glad that you didn't react to them. You'll be glad later. So I think ignoring is going to be a good technique for you. And basically what I'm feeling is that, as you have this really good thing and as there is this stability that you're finally getting and it's amazing, it's natural to have these thoughts of, I don't know if I can handle this. I don't know if I can do a good job. I don't know if I'm gonna fail. I don't know. Let's say there's a person. I don't know if this person is somebody I can actually trust. I don't know if this person is somebody who's actually right for me. Like, there's a lot of questions that can come into mind when we meet up with something that is so wonderful because we're not always used to good things coming our way, even though that should be a large part of our reality. Of course, there's always challenges, and that's part of growing, but like a lot of our life should be very positive, but we don't always experience that or know how to bring that into our life. So when it comes, it's like, like all these like problems that could happen start coming to your mind. So that's what I feel like is going to happen for you throughout August. There's gonna be this whole like mental realm that you're going to be in, and you're going to maybe see things in ways that aren't entirely accurate. And so that's why I'm saying ignore it, forget about the whole things are too good to be true kind of mentality. Just ignore it, just move forward, be excited, focus on the positives. There's a lot of excitement there, so if you just shift your focus, I think it'll be pretty easy because there's just so much to be excited about that it's like, it would just be easy for you to think about that stuff. So just do that and it will all make sense later. Things will fit together and you'll be glad you didn't react. You'll be glad you didn't make a different decision, be like, oh, I can't do this and walk away. You'll be glad you didn't snap at somebody. It'll all make sense later. So that's what I'm getting for you. Really just enjoy this, cherish it, which you're already going to be doing, but really focus on cherishing it. If there's any kind of mantra that I think that you should have throughout the month, it's I can do this, because you're gonna have these fears of I can't or this isn't the right thing. So a good mantra for you would be I can do this throughout this month. So again, I hope this is helpful. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I earned your like and your subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.